Hello, everyone. Welcome to Perisno Live episode number 10. If I'm too loud, if I'm too close to the microphone, if the music's too loud, just let me know. This video or live stream will be on YouTube, as I said. And welcome. As usual, we're doing the Perisno February giveaway number 2. Usually the canvas stuff, same thing as always, 16 by 20. And the winner can choose the 16 by 20 canvas of any Perisno artwork they choose. Or a game on Steam that is the equal value of Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord or less, or any item or items on the Perisno merch store, $50 or less. Very simple. Just go on the chat, exclamation point, points, to look at your points. Just very simple. And you can redeem your points as well for entries in the giveaway. And you can check the giveaway, exclamation point, giveaway, for more information on that. Let's see. Aldine is the best companion, don't change him. I like Aldine too. Releasing soon since Primorian Questline since 1.0. You got me there. We're working on it. 1.4 has been worked on for a long time too. Hey man, how's it going? The last game I haven't seen you in a while. I'm doing good. I'm not 100%. I'm not feeling too, I've been better, but we'll see. We'll keep going. Let's see what else. I do want to introduce Vingard Castle, or the Vingard Ruins, in a capacity, hopefully 1.4, if not 1.5, and then add a Dark Forest in as well in the next update, so we'll see. Start working on that Glenmorian questline. This Rex has really been, really caught me there. Anyway, my recording's going, so let's keep going here. Antiope, we might expand upon her. Marcus is good. Fazl, he might need a little work. He's got a strange name. Tamaris is good. Aliandel is okay. Hike's good. He's part of that main quest line to start the game. Dietrich's all right. Chijin, he's got something going on with the Zan, so he's good. Silvernathiel's good. Kengish is good. Thrax's good. Farmer's good. So there's 2 or 3 that I would probably redo or swap out for something better. We'll see what we got today. As well, I think we've got enough viewers, so we can start with the responses in a second. Let me just look at my DMs quick to see if any deaths showing up. Wolfie Pigeon, welcome to the live stream. You haven't missed anything just yet. All right, let's close this, close that. Actually, I need that open, just for reference sake here. Okay. So, Perisno Live 10. This thing blows up my sense like it's like a bomb blowing up in my face here. Everything's so bright. Perisno Live feedback questions for Perisno Live episode 10. I feel like my mic is a little loud. If it is, let me know. I can adjust it, move it, whatever. Keep me updated. Let's see here. We always miss you too, Wolfie. Welcome to the live, hanging out. I'm gonna close this window for now, till we get ready to go, because it's too bright. And I woke up a little bit ago.
Like, seems fine to me.
Alright, thanks. Awesome. I have a hard time being watched in stream. Yeah, I have a hard time. So yeah, this is why I did the afternoon stream in my time last, because a lot of the Europeans were Mountain Time or something. I forgot which zone they're in. I keep spacing out the names, but whatever. They kept saying my streams are too late or weird times, so I decided, hey, we'll try something different today. So here we are. All right, let's get into the first response. I think the best way to do this will be, I've got 18 so far, and I'm not sure how long this will take. We'll see. We'll do by individual. Is there a better way to do this? Let's see. I'm going to keep accepting responses just for kicks and giggles. But I'll take the best ones and I'll put them in a different document, obviously. So, let's see here. Okay. We'll just use that for now. For sake that it's not too bright, I don't want this to be shown blowing up my face. Alright, let's keep going. First, a response in the Perisno Live episode 10. First question obviously was, actually for the first response, let's do a summary. And let's look at the graph. Can I blow up this graph? Okay, here we go. Nice. We'll blow up this graph. We'll do this for all the questions together because it's just a simple response. Why am I first? I don't know. I don't know how the Google thing does it, but you're first. So the first question was artwork you like to see. This is me or me not figure into the next artwork for February or March that we do. I'm not 100% sure yet which month. So far the highest one has been something related to ancient lore. So that might be one of the ways to go. Orange, we have 1 for Telrania, so 11 responses for something related to ancient lore, 1 Telrania. We have 2 Nefali, and we have 4 Theobalds, with the green running away with it. But here's the thing, guys. We do have... where's it? There you go. We got some Telranian artwork coming up next. So... the guy who voted for Telranian artwork to be next actually got his wish. But I'm talking about after this, so. I wonder what happens when Mercator shaves. Maybe the end of the world just happens. I get weak and I can't move. It's like Samson, I just lose all my strength. Yeah, that's the responses for the artwork so far.
I was the guy who voted for Corellian.
What's that? What's that?
I was the guy who voted for Corellian artwork.
Oh, that was you. Oh, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You got your wish. That's going to be actually the loading screen in 1.4. We'll be going into 1.4 later as well, so I'll show you guys a bunch of things. Let's keep going. We'll do individual responses for the next questions. Alright, so quests you like to see in Perisno. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this and just put it in here because I've got a dark mode thing going on. So, quest for Wolfie. He's always first. He likes the first thing. It has to be very hard and amount to just like 10k orange, but you get a special relation with a random person. I don't understand, but hard quests, fine. Name a feature in Perisno that isn't in Perisno but should be. Killing Theobald. Everyone likes Theobald. Come on, man. Okay, let's see. This is one of the more in-depth responses we'll see. We'll see what Wolfie's came up with today. Create a companion NPC that would fit in the world of Perisno. Add as much or as little info as you wish. Okay. Al Artos is a wanderer from the land of Arolo. However, his story is nothing like Warriors. He came from a wanderer family, his parents living off the land they walked on. He had a... Is my mic on? Yes, it is. His parents always helped him and make sure he was happy in his life. But at the age of 15, he was sent to a rural defense camp to train in the arts of war. per decree by a local chief. For 10 years he trained, even becoming a Arula warrior. His armor being that of hardwood. That's what Arula does. Get that hardwood going. However, it all changed when he decided to take leave and putting his skills to use in Perisno. He fought with the Hakan as a mercenary. What? He fought with the Hakan as a mercenary before fighting for Elantor, then Galdor, though he was just saying more really. Okay, then Giants, and the Dwarves, and even Drahara. So he's working for all the factions in Perisno, basically. He bore heavy armor and more quality tier weapons, but he kept his rural heritage clean. Now he sits around in taverns and finds someone who... So this is a Arula companion, which is not the worst idea. I think an Arula companion would be a pretty decent way to go. But the backstory, being a mercenary for almost every faction, I'm not 100% sure how that would fit per se, but it's not impossible. I think this is the most Wolfie has ever written for a backstory. It's good. Let's go to the second one. How does he come from Arula to Hakan? I mean, how does he get to jump around like that? He'll be the many of many lands and many childs. You never cease to amaze me, dude. You never cease to amaze me. Most underrated video game, Planet Side 2. I've heard of this game. Never played it though. Planet Side 2. Second response, we got quests. Let's copy this as well. Just make sure everything's right in this here. Okay, quests you'd like to see in Perisno. Maybe a companion quest for exclusive for Arcanists once you get him, or also claimants to be a little more interesting as we feel the one. I have to agree with this. In a sense, claimants, if they meant a little bit more, if they had a little more oomph, claimants might mean a little bit more. I do agree with this. Claimants are kind of just filler right now. But I do agree with that, so. Okay, name a feature that isn't Perisno but should be. I would say unique smith armor that unlocks through requests where you can buy more rare items. Almost. I kind of already have something similar to that, so I'm not sure how much work would actually go into creating another person. We already have the dwarf character. We have the... Man, I'm just spacing out. We have a few of these similar characters that do the same thing, so... Thanks for the follow, Hagen of Lombard. Welcome to the stream. I believe you're in Discord, so. Glory for Lombard, indeed. If our Legio was here.
I am?
I thought you were. Maybe there's two of you. I don't know. All right. Okay. Let's keep going.
Not as far as I know.
You never know. You know, there's strange things going around. All right. Let's create a companion. Let's not butcher this. Nadrane Haro, a dark elf, maybe a Duro. He lost his wife during the beast hunt for Nefali. He spelled Nefali wrong. He worked as a retainer for many human lords, but quit when he was told to raid Nefali village. He hates most humans because of their treatment of the owls, but won't strip the Nefali because he feels them cowards who hide when they should take Perisno since their god is his children. His ultimate goal is to have Perisno's elven land. Maybe he should have unique dark elf archer unit. I'd become a lord. I'd he become a lord. A few things I would change about this. I'm sure you guys know what. But yeah. Under Nefali character. We have one or two of those already. I know we have Tamaris for one. Got Tamaris as one. Silver Nathiel. I don't think a third Nefali character would fit too well. So, most underrated video game, Warband, because of the graphics. Not a lot of people care for it. Quite honestly, I was wondering if people were actually going to put Warband in here for most underrated. Good response. All right, let's go to response number 3. I like this song. Dark Elves, my favorite Perisno race. Same. Dark Elves. Aren't there dark Elves in Skyrim or something? Alright. Let's do Quest.
Yeah, they're called Dunmer.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's like...
Yeah. I never really played a lot of that area of Skyrim, but I do remember something about Dark Elves, or I don't remember that much. Okay. Alright, quests you'd like to do in Perisno. Quest for a minor faction when reach 30 or more relationship with Limbard, Eagle Knights. These quests involve attacking each party of their enemies, Claymore to Limbard, blah blah blah. Repeating this party will prove your friendship with these factions and will unlock their headquarters, where you can have dialogue with your leader, learn lore, gain access to their equipment. So this isn't a bad idea. It would just be a lot of work for every small minor faction, or any minor faction that this has. Would have to make a new scene, would have to make more dialogue, all that stuff. I think the scenes would be the most work, because they take the longest. They could take months at a time. But this isn't a bad idea, quite honestly. So, but probably one of the most take a lot of work for the scenes. Anything involving a new scene takes a lot of work. So, I do like this idea though. Name a feature that isn't in Perisno but should be. Whenever Zelodek spawns, have a random chance that Liana will follow Zelodek around and aid him in battle. When this occurs, have a message appear saying Liana has joined her father. I absolutely love this idea. This is one thing I don't like about how the current relationship works between Zelodek and her father is that there's really no way code-wise, since Zelodek is a unique spawn and Liana is a lord of a faction or a vassal of a faction, you can't make him the father, and you can't put him on one of those shows and say you're the father. But anyway, the point of the matter is Warband's limitations once again slaps you in the face and gives you like, hey, can't do this, sorry. But yeah, this is a really good one. I like this. Maybe in some capacity we can have Liana do something crazy and actually, I think we do have in 1.4 where she is not ever going to join the Reich, which doesn't make any sense. Why would one of her biggest, since the Reich is one of her biggest enemies, why would she join them? So, I agree with this quest for my factions. Limbard, my beloved as well. Okay, create a companion NPC.
Yeah. It's kind of funny though. She just like praise all the values.
Of course. Efferwine? Is that how you say that? I have no idea. A young squire of Limbard. Okay. Got more Limbard stuff. One day went out on patrol in Efferwine's party. If I'm murdering that, anyone knows, just let me know. I was ambushed by a large force of Claymore.
Yeah, this was mine. Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
It was like you said, just like that.
Okay, sweet. All right, let's keep going. By large force of Clamoran warriors, when the leader called his men to arms, fear took hold of the young squire and he fled. Later returned to the senses and returned to sight of the battle to find his party dead. Ashamed of his actions, refused to return home and chose the life of exile. Now he wanders Perisno, thinking of his cowardice. Okay. We could expand upon that if this character would be chosen, but a Libbard. I like expanding on minor factions and having certain characters based off minor factions because it gives you the chance of, when you talk with them, putting lore into your dialogue when the player speaks for them, and then it opens up a lot more paths that you can take. So this is could be an option as well. Most underrated video game, Perisno. Sure, of course it is. It's good. That's a good answer. Whatever. So how come? Let's make sure I have all these in the document. All right, let's see. We are at number 4. Header, whatever that was. Alright. Quests you'd like to see in Perisno. More Lord-specific quests. Not quite sure what the person means with this. Lord-specific quests? Maybe... I don't know. Maybe an example would be nice. Name a feature that isn't in Perisno but should be... Excuse me. Diplomacy adding realism such as polygamy. Okay. I'm not sure how that would benefit Perisno, but okay. Create a companion NPC that would fit in the world of Perisno. Bring back Doshan. Can't really believe someone actually misses Doshan. Or remembers him, actually. Because he's been out of the mod for a while now. Most underrated video game, Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Never played it. I've heard a lot about it, though. Ooh, this is a nice long one. All right, quests. It'd be very interesting to see quests put in Perisno that would expand upon the lore and presence of many of the unique parts. Unique parts that spawn and one on the map. Interactions with personages like Teledeck, Aegea, and others could be expanded and based on the player's character's renown, status, and achievements in the game. We're already doing something similar where the player talks with certain people and it gives, well, it's not really a quest line, but it's lore quests that expand upon the lore and gives the player an insight on certain things. So this is a good example and will be expanded upon. So this idea is pretty good. Name a feature that isn't pretty much. Expanded feat management features could be good. The enhancement options over native are quite good, but it would be interesting to see reactive events requiring decision making on the player's part and active reactive governance implements. PvP's heartbeat quest where the player is summoned back to deal with the various crises. A good example of this, isn't it? Okay. Management. Whoever wrote this, if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them in the suggestion channel on Discord for what certain expanded feat management features we could add, or quests related to feat management features. Would be opposed to the idea. Now create a companion NPC, a choice between two companions, both of which start at mid-level. Now you have my interest because it says a choice between two companions. Perhaps somewhere 15, 20. Okay, level, yeah. The player finds them via an event which triggers when certain criteria are met, and both the Demon Lord and Order of Faith are both on the map at the same time. One is a Crusader and the other is a Fallen Paladin, and the player comes upon them in the midst of a fight. Siding with one or the other will result in the death of the opponent. Interesting. And the opportunity of the victor joining the player's party. These companions can be written in a way that organically expands lore surrounding the two sides of the conflict and provide thematic benefits to the player based on the level of the companions. This is a really interesting idea, though I've not seen it done before. At a very high level, could allow for the building of special shrine, the player's feed one castle city line. So this idea introduces two companions and sort of mid-game, and not before then, depending on events, these companions introduced mid-game. I don't think it would be impossible for this to be done. It would be very intriguing. That is for sure. So I've never really thought about doing something like that, so interesting idea. But then again, actually it is kind of done already in a similar sense with High Priestess Kvatches, or whatever you call her. Her name is, since she is not really a companion, more of an NPC, but she's able to join your party. So this idea, quite honestly, is intriguing, and I will probably highlight this for now. Let's do the green. That's terrible. I can't even read that. One sec. There you go. Most underrated video game: Dragon's Dogma: Dark Arisen. Funny you should mention Dragon's Dogma, because I watched videos on that the other day, and I'm really impressed with Dragon's Dogma, the videos, and I haven't played it yet, but the stuff they did.
I played that game.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, it's by Capcom, and yeah, it's quite a good game. It's I feel like the story mode, the story of itself, starts off quite slow, but it gets better after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't played it myself, but the videos I've seen from it being 10 or so years old, I believe, I was pretty impressed with it. The stuff they did, the creatures and all that, kind of gave me ideas for future projects.
The gameplay is good.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on that. But I would probably have to play it myself to get a better look on it. It does look good, yeah. Oh boy, we got a long one. Whew. This was gonna take a bit. I like the long ones. The long ones are fun to read. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Alright, let's do the quest one first. I am fine with current quests, and I'm not if anything have a revolutionary idea, but I thought about at least something I like. Some quests related to Zan Fort. Since players don't have much motivation going there, maybe some kind of infiltration quest consisting of fighting some Zan with just smaller bands of troops. Given my Lord Ferris, Titus Rex are Tolranian lords who like to scout strange soldiers. Interesting. Before the invasion, that could be an interesting quest, and then you'd be a negative relation with the Zan once they show up even more. So, name a feature isn't part. Perisno horse trainer. Option to refine your horse to be either swift or heavy. Maybe add small chance to champion as well. Apart from paying for your service, you'd have to leave your horse with a trainer for a few days, weeks until the training is done. The better the horse, the higher the price, and the longer the time. You can refine your only horses. So basically, improving your horse. That would be impossible. Basically, just like crafting something, making your horse better. I'll keep this idea around. Create a companion. Nice name. I don't know how to say that. Michael Latz. Companion Creedus, veteran horse hunter. Okay. Michael Latz, a former hunter, joined the Creedus monarch as a young adult, full of ideals, wanting to be part of a brand new kingdom Aeolus was building against the high oppression. However, after many years in the service, Michael Latz felt unsatisfied with Aeolus' weak achievements, not being able to conquer any more territories. staying defensive and even kind of afraid to make a bigger hit to the Reich. Therefore, after some lost battles and ambushes, Michaelet's decided to left Cretus and find a better mercenary leader or lord. He should have joined Liana. Who can give him a better life? Someone who can achieve what Alias was unable to do. In Cretus' service, Michaelet's make his way up to the prominent leader of Horse Hunter contingent. His skilled archer and pull he's at least level 29, veteran warrior. Okay. Michaelet's sword, spear, black bow with arrows. He's drafted and breaking in, or maybe some. I like how this person went into detail. Is always good. Michaelet chooses to treat his troops and create his horse hunters as his household guard. He is martial because he wants leaders who will win many wars. He's not a noble. Michaelet dislikes Dietrich because he's a Drachen, and Fazl because he likes Draharans as well. He likes Marcus because he represents his skill and knowledge. I do think, though, most people play with companion thing off, whatever it's called, where companions hate each other, so I do myself. Doshan, my beloved. Yeah, sure. Sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Companion complaints.
Companion complaints. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was thinking about. So there's a bunch of dialogue. Excellent. I like this. Let me see what they send. Hopefully it's not a virus. Doesn't show up. Anyway. I might come back to this, because this is actually pretty in-depth. Names Switek, Broniak, Vadimas, and Uran. I'm curious who made this idea. Most underrated video game. I don't have much games, so I don't take much serious, but I hope Magica, which I've heard of this game as well. Haven't played it. Voice act it. Oh, you want me to voice act the? Yeah, sure. Terrible idea. We could do 1 or 2 lines. No, absolutely not. You do know how cringy voice acting is in some games. That's probably how it would be when I try it. So I will keep this guy. This is a decent idea, so I like it. We'll save this. Yeah, exactly. If I do voice acting of any kind, I'm not gonna do it live on stream. That is for sure. That'd be an absolute travesty. I guess a shorter one. Let's jump right into it. Quest selected in Perisno. Establish a Draharan town is built on top of an ancient Glamorian city, and help a scholar architect explore the ruins and brave the dangers. Maybe include the Dark Forest company from Perisno Live 8. Perisno Live. Okay, I think I know. Yeah. Mercenary hired by the scholars help. Perhaps the city will be where the Glamorians spawn when they decide to reveal themselves. A few things wrong with this lore, but interesting idea. That would be a very interesting, different scene to have there. But Draharan town on top of an ancient Glamorian city. Very intriguing idea. Though. Probably an idea that would be good for something like later in for a Bannerlord version of Perisno, because this idea is really, I don't know how to say it. It's just really different, but it makes sense in the lore building world, where it has this difference in it. Enemy feature that shouldn't be. I think it didn't create a companion. Most underrated video game, Kenshi. Never heard of that. 6-year role-playing video game. What is playing? I love Country so freaking good. Should we play it? Is it on Steam? I'll see if it's on Steam. One second, guys. Of course, Steam's gonna do some updates. Sorry about that, guys. I know we're getting off track here. Just checking something. Gee. It's $15. It's not bad. A free-roaming, squad-based RPG focused on open-ending sandboxing features. Oh, that's an interesting graphics there, that's for sure. Is that like a mounted blade slash... I think they have a mounted blade engine. I'm just kidding. It's an entertain yourself kind of game. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, rocking out to music too. Random stuff. Alright, let's keep moving along. Quest like to see in Perisno faction. Perisno faction NPC that gives Perisno quests like player. Has not started the Perisno cert. NPC related to an old Empire general gives hard quests but gives player almost... Man, this sentence needs a little structure. Hard to read. Quests but gives player almost 250 plus Perisno units random. That would be insanely overpowered. Different quest to also for 250 troops. The last quest is to claim prison effect. I kind of get what this person's trying to say, but So the quest is to give 250 Perisno units to take over a Perisno fief, something like that. And the feature, creating a town, fief, or village, all player made. Do you know how hard that would be? Do a feature like that. That would be an insanely hard thing to do in Warband. Yeah. Create a companion name. Sir Titus Alpin. Let's read this. Sir Titus Alpin was the son of one of the great generals of Perisno before collapsing of Perisno. Sir Titus Alpin was forced to go wandering around Perisno looking for work. During his time working, he was fed up with the insert job here. His time, so he decided to become a mercenary, look for someone with honor and bravery. So the first thing I noticed off the bat that wouldn't work is the collapsing of Perisno happened almost 1,000 years before this, or a couple hundred years before this. So it's this guy, the next Arcanus. He's probably Arcanus 2.0. Since he was the son of a general, any leadership skill pretty high, was recently becoming mercenary, so low skill. He kept his father's clothes, ruins, silver armor, and legendary weapons, but never wore it. This would be a very overpowered NPC. Arcanus would really like this guy, Sir Titus Alpin. He's probably Arcanus' brother, maybe. If you want to play mod it for wink wink. There's a mod that has Warband already. There is a mod that has it really. Nova Adius is the name of the mod. I've heard of that mod. Yeah. I haven't played Nova ATS, but I've heard of it. They have some crazy codes in that. It's insane what kind of things they've done. I mean, I might have to check it out. But isn't it full of bugs too? I've heard a lot of people say it's very buggy. No ATs, or however you pronounce it. Let's keep rolling along. We're at response. I think we got a response in while we're doing this. Quest you like to see in Perisno. Let's make this bold. Quest line between Telrania and Limbard, which eventually will come. Some sort of quest between Telrania and Limbard to get Limbard in some form. So they may feature ability to raid minor faction strongholds. Oops. A stronghold working similar to the bandit camp. Similar request or feature request that was in a few responses ago. Again, we need a bunch of scenes for that. Not the worst idea, but I think this is a few mods have done this as well, so there may be something like this in the future in some capacity. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. Create a companion. Companions related to minor factions, which would be rewarding to a player after completing task lines such as Raymond of the Woolly Knights, make him into companion. Okay. Probably not gonna happen. I was hoping for more of in-depth companions, like if you guys have shown before or so. Old school RuneScape. Heard a lot about that game as well. Alright, let's keep moving along. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we got quests. Bounties on... Okay. This caught my eye right here. Bounties on lords. Like to capture the lords, or... This is intriguing though. What would happen? What would lead up to bounties on these lords? Are you gonna kill them, kill these lords, or lock them up? Interesting idea. They may feature marry, claim it after conquering a faction. Again, I like these claim it ideas because they expand upon a feature or a part of the mod or game that isn't really that's not too deep yet. So I like this. I like ideas that expand upon claim it. So, even though that probably won't happen in 1.4, it's something to think about. Spartacus. That's Spartacus. Most underrated video game, Mountain Blade Warband. I do have to agree with you on that. It's one of the most underrated video games. Without mods, you probably never hear of it. You know. Let's keep chugging along. Quests you'd like to see in Perisno. Let's make this big. What did I just do? A custom tournament in Fountain Hall where Falcon Lords and Telranian Lords in their armor sets and weapons duke it out. If you win, you get legendary weapons or some piece. Custom tournament. Why Telranian Lords in Fountain Hall exactly? Custom tournament. I do like custom tournaments. They're not done a lot in mods, but there's a reason custom tournaments aren't done too much. I've looked into it, and I haven't really spent too much time trying to develop new custom tournaments. But I would like to revisit this idea in the future, custom tournaments. So, but where Telranian Lords come in Fountain Hall, I'm not sure where this guy was going, what direction he was trying to go, where Telranian Lords fit into Fountain Hall. I'm not following. Name is featured as in Perisno, but should be shield. Yeah, we'll cut it out. Shield bat, no problem. Like idle animation, like Pinder. Idle animations, interesting. I haven't really thought about idle animations. Could spice things up a little bit. You're lucky you didn't finish this, otherwise I would have deleted everything. Got no idea for now. Modded warband. True. Ooh, another nice long response. Okay, where are we? There we go. More Brazier quests leading up to the final confrontation. So this will happen eventually, more quests related to the Brazier and their parties and stuff, so this is a good idea, which we'll expand upon in the future. Warband is the 19th highest rated game on Steam. How do you check that? How do you check, like, highest rated in, like, reviews or playtime or what? Let me feature bodyguards in town's interiors. We had this feature and we removed it a few versions ago simply because it got annoying. Like bodyguards following you around, they're in the way, they were following you everywhere. I honestly myself, I don't like this feature at all. Let's see. We'll open this in a second. Create a companion NPC that would fit in the world. Stepan. Stepan is a roaming commoner turned bounty hunter and former leader of a group of mercenaries operating in the kingdom of Telrania. Here's the thing that we already have 2 Telranian-ish companions. So he is renowned as a cold, clever, and bloodthirsty killer by outlaws and bandits, but keeps a jovial demeanor which dealing with regular folk. He does not reveal much of his background other than his affiliation with his former group, and is deep hated for bandits. Put this up here. Where was it? Let's check this second. We'll get back to it. So top rated games on Steam. Take a little side quest here before we continue. Top rated. Okay, that's positive. Portal 2. Impressive. So Mountain Blade is here. That is very impressive, actually. I know Battlefield's not going to be here. That's for sure. How is Left 4 Dead 2 here? That's crazy. People play Factorio. Good for them. That's interesting. Is there like a worse rated? I love, yeah. Thanks for sharing. I like this list. Prison's 19th on Steam. Well, I hate Steam Workshop uploads. But Perisno eventually as a game could be 19th on Steam. Who knows? Maybe one day. Let's get back to Stepan. Hey there. Hey you there. You look like a regular around. Yeah, I'm not reading dialogue. I like the included dialogue. He dislikes Uldun, but he likes Tavares. He's accepted with a bow and prefers to engage far as he makes it clear that he does not possess the gear and skill that normally have, such as swordman and horseback riding. Yeah. As a proficient hunter, he's accustomed to living in a range and depth of tracking, forging the path. He starts at level 30. You knew anything about Tavares? I thought I was skilled at the Nefali. I thought I was as skilled as the Nefali, but it seems I have a lot to learn. She reminds me of my former comrades back to... Okay. I like the depth of this character. Not sure about the name. And him being Telranian. I don't want a third Telranian companion, so... let's see here. He dislikes Uldun. I don't know why they recruited a filthy raider to your party, but he keeps his... Okay, fair enough. Bounty hunters near Galway. This is a good character. I might use this in some form and change things around. Most underrated game. I have never heard of Blasphemous. Let's check this out. Is there such a thing as a Blasphemous game? Are you taking me on a ride here? Yes. You know what? I am intrigued. Let's do it. Do you want to watch a 4-minute review of Blasphemous?
Dripping with gruesome style, Blasphemous makes a great first impression. Its intricate combat animations, fervent dedication to twisted religious iconography, and unassuming hero who habitually slams vials of blood against his helmet are undeniably awesome, but style doesn't always beget substance. As yet another Metroidvania with a Dark Souls bent, Blasphemous is an enjoyable descent.
We'll be right back. We'll watch this and we'll get back to the next idea.
The cradle of affliction is what you seek. This can be found in the mother of mothers of the churches.
With a title like Blasphemous, it's no surprise that everything is marked with callous religious iconography. The silent hero known as the Penitent One must repent for the sins of the world, and this non-linear adventure features quite a number of twisted environments, deranged enemies, and riddle-like dialogue that paints a distinct and ultimately unsettling picture of what that world is like. Each area on the sprawling map has a unique batch of foes roaming the halls. There are some repeats and reskins, but generally the enemies at least look different. Combat is mostly a reactive experience, often turning into an engaging but robotic game of cat and mouse as you rush in, get a couple of hits with your trusty longsword, then either parry or dodge incoming attacks. Parries are particularly satisfying as they lead to a brief slowdown in time and a devastating counterattack, though the window to successfully parry feels a bit too forgiving, taking away some of the skill behind triggering it. Finisher opportunities crop up from time to time too, resulting in elaborate, brutal animations in which the Penitent One uses either his sword or an enemy's weapon to perform an over-the-top execution. Slick combat animations make even the most basic of enemies cool to fight at first, but their wonder quickly fades. Favoring memorization over swift thinking, Blasphemous is about trial and error, recognizing telegraphed moves and reacting. Over time, especially when backtracking, once exciting encounters start to feel routine. With little in the way of platforming challenges and only the slightest of puzzles to speak of, Blasphemous relies heavily on its combat. When first visiting a new area, everything is fresh and exciting, but once you spend a bit of time there, that freshness turns...
I could see the appeal. I played games like this back in 2006 or 2007. I love these type of games. Like, does anyone remember Blackter? Before we continue, I want to see if this game is still a thing. I used to play some, it reminds me of that. Not sure if I spelled it right. It was a 2D, very similar game, way back when. How the heck? Man, I wish I knew what that was called. Very similar game to this. I'm gonna find it. It was really like 20 years ago, or something like that. I think it's from the 90s, but it's a really old game, like 2D, very similar to that one. And I just played a lot of it back about 10, 15 years ago, but I just can't remember what it was called. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep rolling. Let's see, catching up on chat. All right. Getting distracted. Okay, where were we? We got Stepan, and we went through that guy. Let's keep rolling along. This one wasn't filled out. He just wanted an artwork of Theobald. Fair enough. Fair enough. Now I can't stop thinking about the game and what it was called. Blasphemous helmet for Perisno. Let's get it. I have enough worms to afford a cracked butchering knife.
Hail to the chief!
Give her. Buy 2 butchering knives. And sure to follow Balkan Dirk. Balkan Redneck. There you go. I didn't read that right, sorry. Alright, quest flag is in Perisno. Let's keep going, repeating. Appearance of foreign invasions, maybe. What? Repeated invasions. Why? I think the idea, let's say you're playing 1,000, 2,000 in like another invasion, that would be repeated invasions. I think you would lose the appeal of it after a while, but since it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world, per se, since there's so many different cultures and factions around the world, and we're limited to the continent of Perisno, I could see it. But invasion, excuse me, invasion is a lot of work. It's a lot of code to work on, but it's still not the worst idea in the world, quite honestly. If done right, more invasions with the options of them being turned off and on to give more flavor, but then you're still doing a different variation of the same thing. Yeah. If done right, I could see it work. So. Welcome to the chat, Balkan Redneck. How's it going? Black Week every week. Black Week every week, I like that. But yeah, we could have a potential invasion from Hakan coming from the west side as well. You could have the Jinn invade as well. You could have more Drachens invading. Let's say that the Drachens eliminated all of a sudden more of these crazy dragon people come from the island of the dragon. You could have some more northern people as well invade. And more Icenians as well. Yeah, that's a potential idea for a deeper long-term invasion type deal. But yeah, not the worst idea that I've ever heard, but it would be a lot of work. That's probably one of the most, so far from all the suggestions, that's probably one that would take the most amount of coding and work. So weren't you guys plan several invasions? I remember reading something about a Claymore invasion. Yes, not invasions per se for Claymoria, because they're already in Perisno, because they're currently in the lower part of this island. They're just moving in, so they can't really invade if they're already there. And I know Straxton has been bugging me about the coming since 1.0 for Claymoria. Still working on it. It's going to come eventually. But the Claymorian invasion or angle questline is coming eventually. So yes, that's one thing. We were talking about a Jinn invasion as well. And now reading these responses and comments, I'm not 100% opposed to the idea. Again, invasions, the code is probably one of the, besides gender codes, and my fire arrows, which took me 3.5 years to fix, they take about the longest to code. So, yeah, maybe down the line, we'll see. Yeah, it would be interesting. You're playing long-term Perisno later game, and all of a sudden more invasions happen and power-hungry factions coming into. You finally conquered the northern lands or whatever, and all of a sudden more come and just suck your dreams dry. Is it incarnate? No, this is Wonder Draft. I'm almost done. This is the complete Wonder Draft map of the world of Gaishar, Perisno Continent, Icenia, Hakania, Isle of the Dragon, and Cestachia. So, this took me roughly a month.
Hail to the chief!
Thanks for the follow, Aragon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome to the stream. And once again, I'll take a small break from and get back to the giveaway for all the new listeners, for all the new people watching. Exclamation point giveaway for the February giveaway if you want to get entered. Exclamation point points. Check your points, enter the giveaway, all that fun stuff. Still no Cretus, still no Cretus. I'm actually currently working on that part of the map right over here. So I'm gonna move down. We'll get Cretus on it. Liana's kind of pissed off at me right now because we're not adding her yet, but we might add Cretus in today's live stream. Yeah. I was waiting for you to notice that. I've actually made a bunch of regions over here, but we'll get to that in a second. I'm not ready for that yet. We'll get after the responses. So yes, we'll get to that in a second too. Those fire arrows look sick. Yeah, when I first introduced the fire arrows back in version 1.0, I think. They were a while ago, maybe even before that, I don't remember. The fire just couldn't keep up with the arrows. I was kind of annoyed. We just kept them in for kicks and giggles. And when we finally got them to work, I was like, yeah, 3 years of hard work. We're keeping this. Alright, we'll come back to this in a sec. Let's keep rolling along. I completely forgot where we were. Oh, we were at the repeated foreign invasions. That got me off on a tangent, so. Excuse me. Naming feature that isn't in Perisno but should be one-handed really fast sword. That's not a feature, that's a weapon. Create a companion. Irion, an ancient Nephali who roams Perisno for centuries. He has seen kingdoms rise and fall. So we got Arcanus 2.0, another one. He's a skilled warrior who fights exceptionally well with his special staff, polearm, and one-handed sword. He was once blessed by the Fountain Goddess with great power and resilience in order to fight to preserve the balance of Perisno. He has also spent a lot of time in the jungles, and he is fascinated with the Arolo culture. That is why he's equipped with a large bag of leaf bombs. Overpowered much. He is wise, and many kings have sought his assistance in different disputes. His ride, a white drake, was tamed by him during the stay in the Reich's Drachen court when they first arrived in Perisno. So he's friends with everyone, it seems, huh? When he hears that a new king, the player, he establishes his kingdom and gets his first town, is rising with the idea of unifying all Perisno. He arrives in their court to get to know him there. If the player proves honorable intentions, Arion will join the cause on his side. You can then choose one of his 3 blessings. Interesting, 3 blessings. So what does this guy do that Ericanus cannot? That is the question. This idea is good. The only problem I have we already have a companion that does pretty much everything that Arion is doing. So unique, something different would be nice. Something different than Ericanus. You're basically doing copying and just changing a few things around. Even though this is a good companion idea in a sense. Most underrated video game, Elex. Why does this sound familiar? Elex. You guys want to take a look at this? We got another 4-minute review of Elex. Let's see what we got.
Magalan. Home to a civilization of millions.
If you've ever been on a date with someone who seems really interesting and pleasant at first, but then goes on tirades about lizard people or how the Illuminati faked the moon landing, you have some understanding of my love-hate relationship with Elex. It's a sprawling, ambitious Euro-style RPG in the tradition of series like The Witcher and Gothic, and there's plenty to admire peppered across its more than 50 hours of adventuring. But while it spends about half its time making me want to sing its praises, it spends the other half making me want to pull every single hair out of my scalp. The seamless open world is built on a strong foundation of detailed lore that feels unlike anything the genre has thrown at us before. There are dazzling sci-fi elements like super soldiers and radioactive mutants, but also a clan of woodsy wizards who shun all technology. There are exciting influences from Fallout and Mad Max, with sand-blown post-apocalyptic ruins and gangs of mercenaries in biker leathers, but also a medievalish religious order that worships the god of machines. Somehow, it all fits together in a way that feels interconnected and believable. The sheer uniqueness always left me wanting to dig deeper and learn more. The story is definitely the strongest pillar holding up Elix. The twists are unexpected and memorable, the characters are endearing with multi-layered and believable backstories, there are enough potential variations in the ending that I almost wanted to play it again to see more of them, and it's all accompanied by almost shockingly high-quality voice acting.
Is this just the two of us?
Does that scare you?
Alas, it falls apart rapidly upon first combat encounter. For one thing, it's buggy to the point that I almost wasn't able to finish it. Broken event triggers, horrible party member AI.
Looks pretty interesting. Guy didn't like it though. Underrated. I think it's just a self-insert. Could be. Could be. Might be right. Excuse me. Let's keep rolling along. We're at 15. We have quest like Eagle Knights, Wolf Knights, and Bandit quests gaining relationship. Not a bad idea. I think quests related to minor factions, as I said before, wouldn't be a no-no. So I do believe expanding upon minor factions, if they're important to the lore, quest-wise, would be a good thing to do. Name a feature that isn't in Perisno, but should be the feature where you swap. Okay, you mean body sliding? Is that what the feature's called? Body sliding? I think a few people have requested that. We have talked about this about 2 or 3 times when people have requested it, and we've never really. It's just a feature that maybe companions. Well, no, maybe companions only. The thing is, your character is one of the strongest characters essentially in the game at a certain part, and if you're just switching around to a different character every time you die, it's just a little, in my opinion, it's just a very overpowered tactic, a little too overpowered, and just not something we see coming to Perisno. So create a companion, the Mazzoro Companion. I like how this starts already. The Mazzoro faction, known as the Proud Warriors, care for no outsiders, so this character seems to be out of place at first. After his or her group got wiped in battle, nearly escaping, she finds himself in tower looking for a way to go. I would have liked a little more in-depth backstory of the Mazzoro Companion, but yeah, no underrated video game, good enough. Just keep going. Count Elon Musk of Lombard, totally not a self-insert best companion. Absolutely. We'll do Count Elon Musk. Or the Muscalon. Count Muscalon. Okay, quests. Let's move this down. In general, quests that raise your relation with various minor factions akin to the Elka Falcon and Holderberg. We already have quest line related to Elka Falcon. Does he mean expanding upon that quest line? Because that's a pretty decent quest line already. I do like the Elka Falcon because they're an important part of the ancient lore. But for them to get more quests before some of the other minor factions might be a stretch. So, name a feature: ordering your lords to patrol, defend a siege settlement if you're a king, have enough relation, renown. You can, in a sense, they just don't listen to you. You can like suggest, hey, go there and there, but yeah. Create a companion. Griffarian, good-natured, realm of the Falcon, noble, yes. A noble of the realm of the Falcon who gets sick of reclusiveness in his realm and decides to explore the continent on his own. He longs for the future where the continent will be united under one banner, most preferably the banner of the realm of the Falcon, but only any country would do. He thought that if there was any one kingdom or country ruling over them, that would be no more wars, waged in defense of people. Okay. Could be expanded upon. I wouldn't be opposed to a Realm of the Falcon companion. Not sure about the name though, Griffarian. No underrated video games. Responses are still open, by the way, so if you're still wanting to get it in. If we don't get to it today, we'll just get to it next. Because I'm going to keep this open for the sake of getting more companion ideas. Something to make use of non-combat skills. If player has the skill to get an option to make things easier, extra dialogue option players will have to choose to. What? So like your persuasion and then having quests based on persuasion, for example, if not things harder. I think I get what this is trying to say. Quests based on skills that are not used for fighting, like persuasion or tracking or something like that. And these quests, I honestly don't like quests. One thing I had in Bannerlord, for example, when trying to do certain stuff, it would either be good or fail based on your skills, and it was very random based on your skills, and that kind of ticked me off. And this kind of reminds me of that, but maybe that's not exactly where he was going. This idea could work in a sense. Something to make use of non-combat skills. I like it. I kind of like it. I would have to think about it more though. I'm not sure how it would work. I'm gonna have to think about this more. I'm not 100% sure how exactly the quests would be like. Name a feature in Perisno that isn't but should be. Persistent Perisno server. Perisno will probably never come to multiplayer. Not the Warband iteration anyway, because servers, multiplayer, I've never coded anything multiplayer, I probably never will. It's just a lot more work than single player, and there's enough mods and stuff out there that would that have the niche of multiplayer. I think Perisno single players is where we're gonna stay. Thanks for the suggestion, though. There's a reason we took out the multiplayer button in the game, so. Are you looking to add or replace a companion? You can get up to 20 of min-max. Replace. Basically replace or expand upon. We're not adding more. There's one or two, maybe even three that I feel like are just there.
The gods have shown us the way!
And as Warlord rated with 6 viewers, welcome to the stream, guys. Thanks for the raid. You are 1 hour 27 minutes late. Thanks for showing up, guys. Welcome. We're going over the responses right now for all the new viewers once again. Exclamation point giveaway for the February giveaway. And your points, all that. Get rolling.
Hail to the chief!
Hail to the chief. Indeed. But yeah, back to the question before we got rated. I lost my train of thought. But no, we don't want to add new companions. We just want to change one or two companions to fit the lore better and make them not so bland, basically. Thanks for the follow, Big Liquid No Kidney. How's it going? welcome to the stream. I don't know. I'll have this video on YouTube, Warlord, if you want to watch it back. If you missed some of it. We went through most of the responses. We're at response number 17 right now. We've been chugging along here for over an hour, so. All right, let's keep moving along. Quests. Where were we? Oh, okay. We were at a companion. So Dragor, Bakal Giant, clean-shaven, long blonde. A clean-shaven giant. Is there such a thing as a clean-shaven giant? It's probably the same thing as a clean-shaven me. You're never gonna see that. So. Hail to the chief. Always good to see you, Warlord. Welcome. Yes, I checked. Nope, all beard, all giant, all the time. That is right. If I do, I would just change this around. Have him. I don't like clean-shaven giants. They look strange. A traveling minstrel and a poet. Okay, that's why he's clean-shaven. A traveling minstrel and a giant. There's so many things. A traveling minstrel and a poet. A rather unusual profession for a giant of which. In fact, Dragor has remained all too often. Ever since Dragor was a child, his interest in poetry and music made him an outcast among his peers. That divide, however, didn't stop him from pursuing his passion. Neither did his apparent lack of success in the field, not that the lack of trying. Having to flee Bakal lands, after composing a song about a local warlord, Dragor now roams Perisno together with his Thurbo? And as much as it hurts to realize that most people only see him as a curiosity, Dragor knows that someday he will find fame and recognition. After joining the party, Dragor provides a moral penalty. What? Moral penalty? Why? However, as his level grows, so do his skills, increasing the penalty, eventually turning into a bonus. I think this would turn off a bunch of people, though, if he had a moral penalty. This is the most ungiant giant I've ever read about. Yeah, no worries, Hagen. We're gonna go over more ideas. So we're at 17 of 18. I'm gonna keep this open. So once more ideas come in, or companion ideas, I'm not 100% sure when the new companion or when we'll change one companion. It might be in 1.5, because 1.4 is getting closer. Not done yet. Is Tofu around? She might disagree with me on that, but yeah. The new companion or change companion might make 1.4. We'll see how it goes.
Hail to the
Might be two of
chief!
them. We'll see. Delberto36, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the live stream. Perisno episode number 10. Where we're talking about giants that don't look like giants and clean-shaven beards. Maybe he increases your persuasion if you keep him long enough. Maybe. But I think the early... Maybe if you get over the moral penalty, if you get him high enough, eventually he, you know... Could be an interesting arc. Not many characters do that. Special. Most underrated game, Gothic 2. I've heard of this. A lot of people play Gothic. Alright, let's get to the last response so far. A quest for... I don't even know what that even means. Make a hideout for the player, something like your own base. We had a lot of these. Yes and no. Okay. Great. Thanks for that. Okay. We're done with the responses. Once again, summary, the artwork if you guys missed the start of it. So far, 61% have voted for something related to the ancient lore and the new artwork. We've had Theobald, we've had Nephali, and we've had Tolrania. But for those of you who are waiting for 1.4, this will grace your eyes. New loading screens for 1.4. Indeed. So we got some Tolrania artwork coming your way. If you're on Patreon, I do share all the artwork in full HD. For example, if your artwork's like 25 megabytes, you can get the full picture, do whatever you want with it, I don't care. All patrons get access to those images as well, direct files. So, all right, that should be it for the responses. We've got 18. I'll upload this video on YouTube, or the live stream on YouTube, if you want to go over the responses as well. And if you
Hail to the chief!
don't do that. All right, let's get on to the next area that I want to go to over, which was. We got responses, we got the lore and map additions. We'll go over that one next. Welcome to Alberto. Don't watch Twitch a lot. Well, welcome. Though I miss forum reaction, fortunately, to see it again. Yeah. If you're on Discord, Alberto, just join our Discord. I'll show you in a second here. If you're on Discord, all of the Perisno live videos are getting uploaded on YouTube, and if you go to 1 second, it's on top here, media and videos, all of the Perisno live videos can be found here. So we got 8, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be on the bottom here as well. So any Perisno related video, any content is posted in that channel, so you won't miss a thing. Smugly Pickle 69, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the Perisno episode number 10. Thanks for joining us. And let's keep chugging along here. Where did my Discord go? It just disappeared. There you go. Let's see where we are right now. Okay, the next thing I was going to go over is the lore map additions. Let's jump right into my Wonder Graph. No, that's not my Wonder. There it is. Some of you might have seen the complete World of Gaishar. This is about 90%. Yeah, let's say 90% complete. It's not completely complete because we're still missing Cretus. We'll add Cretus in a second. Nycinia, there's some fiefs up there and stuff, but we're still working on Nycinia. Hacania, still a lot of work doing Hacania. Cestachia, it is what it is with that one. That's where the Kulon Horde is going to come from. And we got the Scabrous Plains at the bottom here. We'll expand upon those in the future as well. Yeah, right on. Let's get to that in a second. My YouTube is having issues. So if you go to my YouTube, just go to playlists. Just go to playlists and Perisno Live. 1 second. Beautiful playlist. There you go. And they all show up. I still have to figure out how to. I'm just having issues. So just go to playlists and you'll find all the Perisno related videos. There's some first impressions. Perisno 1.0. There's a playlist of that. There's a playlist of. There it is. A full playlist as well for Perisno videos. I haven't made a dev blog in a while. The next dev blog will be for 1.4. But these are older videos. And the newest videos are for Perisno Live. So these videos, all 9 episodes so far, you can find in that playlist. I guess I can share this. Sorry about the confusion. Yeah, just check playlists. Her YouTube isn't showing you. What? Why is it showing 404? Let's see what happens if you type in my name on YouTube. It's strange. I don't get it. I know, it's annoying. So this is what shows up on YouTube when you go to my channel. Just go to playlists. That should work. This show? Let's see. Awesome. Great. Yeah. Yeah, if you're on Discord, all Perisno content is there too, so in case you miss some. Okay, let's get back to it. What's the question? To catch up on chat. Let's get a different song going. we'll ever get to these. In Warband, getting to the different islands is unlikely because of our sea travel. Let me open up. Show you guys something quick here. All right. So there's a few iterations of sea travel currently in Perisno. This is a funky way of showing it, but whatever. So right now, the red area is the sea travel, which we're reintroducing in 1.4. So in order to get new islands in the map, which is possible, right now, the more red, the slower the game overland map speed is going to be. It slows down the game. So that's why there's so little sea travel tiles. They're called 4 tiles in the map editor. But the more you add, for some reason it slows down the game. So if we add, example, Mycenae up here, we would have to add 4 tiles around this area in order to get from maybe over here to Mycenae. And there's a pretty decent distance up here. So for Warband to have these new continents, it's possible, but currently there's a 50-50 chance of the new continents showing up in Warband. There's a better chance of them showing up in if we go to Bannerlord or their own video game. So, Epic Theme Land Bridge. I hate those land bridges, dude. They look like shit. Mind my French. But this is a better representation of the map. Let's go to the map editor. So, a lot of changes were coming for the map as well. As you can see, this part here, that's where you're going to be able to see travel like in earlier versions. Should be faster, but once again over here you can travel. We kept this area because this castle, Halfin Castle, has a unique scene where you cross it, and we didn't want to change that up, obviously. So if we were to add example, let's do this quickly here. We won't save it, but you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can bring up Wonderdraft. There you go. Man, everything is just funky today. Alright, so let's say we're going with snow. That should be snow, I think. Oh, that's snow, alright. So let's say we're going here, roughly right above it. This is Hyler, above the Amaris Islands. And this is kind of the border, so we can't really go out of the red. Or can we? We should. No, it doesn't matter. Let's just get rid of the borders. Anyway, let's make it close enough. So let's do rough terrain editing here. I know it's close, but for sake of sea travel... Oh god. Yeah. Yeah, let's not do that. Hey! No! I hate this program. I absolutely despise this thing. Let's get out of here. It just started doing it. Yeah, let's not work with that right now. But basically, the new continents probably won't show up in Warband. If they do, it's going to be a few versions down the road. But once again, 50-50 chance. Probably not. But anyway, bird travel. You can get hot air balloons, I guess. That would be a way of doing it. Looks frustrating to work with. Thorgrim's is from 2007. It is designed for the original Mount and Blade. You have to jerry-rig it so it works with Warband. You have to make it think it's a Mount and Blade mod, but it's actually a Warband mod. And it's crazy. It's really stupid to work with. I'd rather not. Let's just go with her. Yeah. Let us do a live edit of this. Second here. Move this over. Actually, I do need this, in a sense. So for the ruins, I know I showed this earlier. So we have Galway over here. and Fedora Castle. For sake of showing certain stuff, knowing where stuff is, for anyone who knows of the Vingard Castle story or whatever, this is where it originally would have been, and Vingard Ruins will eventually be a visitable place or a scene in the game, maybe in 1.4, maybe in 1.5. I am probably going to be making the scene myself. I'm not a scene maker. I've never made a scene in my life, but I usually do the coding and all the rest of the stuff, but I don't make scenes. I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully. Might take a little bit for me to learn, but it shouldn't be too hard. We'll see. But yeah, the Vingard Ruins, they will be similar to... We want to make the Dark Forest Inn, so let me get that on the map as well. Let's see which one it would be. I need a small... That would work. So that would probably be roughly this area. We can always move it to get a better place for it. Right on. So basically, Dark Forest Inn will be in one. I can't say 1.4. I'm not 100% sure when I'm at it, but basically these two will work in a tangent for certain Perisno related quest line. And for all the lore people, Galway being a very important part of the lore, this is kind of the main area of the ancient kingdom of Perisno. And the Dark Forest Inn and the Vingard Ruins will play certain aspects for creating Perisno. We want to make a quest line where when the player creates its own kingdom, they have to go through a quest line to get certain troops for the ancient kingdom of Perisno, and then that triggers the Clymorian quest line where the Clymorians say, hey, Perisno is returning, we gotta stop them, all that fun stuff. But besides going into too much detail, we're still working on small details. That's going to be the gist of the two coinciding quest lines for the Perisno Kingdom and the Clymorians. So the player will trigger they reach a certain level. They're like, let's say they make their own faction. You'll be able to choose the Kingdom of Perisno, but if you want to do the Ancient Kingdom of Perisno and trigger the quest line, the Clymorians all of a sudden, they're coming for you, and you're gonna have to have Arcanus in your party and a bunch of certain things. Yeah, once again, once the time comes, we'll release more information on that quest lines. But they were put on hold since 1.0, but I think 1.5 will see a bigger focus on that area. Maybe we could travel to the other islands the way we could travel like to Hyler and just make a small part of it. Maybe. I've thought about that too. Maybe. In a sense, you could just talk with someone and it teleports you to a different place. That's possible. I'll have to do some digging if we could do that potentially. Instead of doing sea travel, just go to a port. Maybe if you go to, for example, if you go to Ford for you go to a scene or talk with a guy who's a shipmaster. Hey, I want to travel to Nicinia, and it transports you to a Nicenian city. Who knows? We'll see. That's a good idea. I don't think it's impossible per se. But yeah, I'll take a small break. I got something to do, really a minute or two, and I will be right. But once I'm back, we'll go over some more lore, some more regions, and I got a few more things to cover. Alright, back. Let's keep rolling along. Next part I've been working on is the regions, for example, in the ancient part of the world. If we go to... That's not the one I wanted, but it's the one I'll have. If we go to the timeline, which I can't really bring on screen yet, it would probably be around close to 1,000 years ago. 400, 500, 600 years ago. So we're looking at the purple area, which would be the... Yeah, I'm spacing out. Green Perisno. Let me bring this up here in a second. I'm not spacing out too much. Alright, so we got green the Perisno, ancient kingdom of Perisno. The pink would be Tsoigheim, or Toigheim, which replaces Venator. So these guys broke off from the ancient kingdom of Perisno and took these lands to the west. And we have the light blue, the Ilka Falki had all this area before the Reich came in and basically stole their lands, killed their people, and all that fun stuff. We have the dark bottom here, the Nefali, which resides in this area and have resided for a long, long time. For the most part, kept to themselves and did their thing, or not. And we have Clymoria, and second. In this area, a black should be black. I'm not sure what happened to that. They had this part, and you can see right over here the border, Vingard, and obviously Fordora Castle was not part of the ancient kingdoms of ancient kingdoms. This is a current castle, but still had it in for reference. So Clymoria had most of these lands where Drahara is right now, and the dwarves mostly kept to themselves in their mountains in the bottom, in the southern part. And we have the giants, which are relatively the same, mostly the same as they are now. This is giants to the northern part, and the rest in the southern part. Okay, so that's the regions in the ancient kingdom, and it's turning it off. So obviously we have Telrania, Lacapia, actually Draken right now. The giants in these regions over here. And eventually when the map edits were coming, we're going to move Kulan into this, across this region, which is, let me bring it up on the current map here. So right now we have the Kulan over here. Eventually, some map changes, as you can see. We have all of this not accessible, really, but map change wise, it is going to be updated to, this is going to be actually a lot better, and it's not going to be so strange where all of this is just uninhabitable and just looks like crap. So it's going to make a lot more sense. But the Kulan will be a little further away from Drahara, and this will be a little more hostile, a little more barren, but still, Giants are going to have their corner up here as well, as they do now. Do Nephalis live longer than other species? Yes, they do. Let me bring that up. I do have a Perisnopedia where we've right now gone through the different races. Let me bring up my race tab here. So we have the humans, average age 100 to 150, so they live longer than Earth humans. We have the Nephali, they live average 180 to 250, some live along 300, 350. So the Nephali live twice as long as humans on average, if they don't get killed, obviously. Dwarfs and giants, they have a longer lifespan as well. So yeah, the Nephali, the purebred Nephali are the live the longest. They live over 350 since they're creations of a deity or a higher being. Alright, so this is mostly of the... Oh yeah, before we forget, I keep forgetting. We have to add Cretus. I keep getting pointed out. We miss Cretus. We miss Cretus. Let's do it. see. So for the most part, we have this area actually is very similar in game right now. We'll go in game in a second. But we added more mountainous regions between the snowy lands, the desert. So there's 3 biomes literally connecting here. And it didn't make sense just having flat plains just connecting them. So let's see here. Alias Castle. You'll roughly be at this part and right below Kulvara. Soon to be Drara. Well, you're gonna have to join him, make him last longer. Ileana doesn't get pissed off and join the Reich. Which again, she won't do in 1.4 because she shouldn't be able to. So, let's see here. So they would roughly be... Let's give him this castle, that's fine. Alias and Novark. There might be too many mountains. There's a mountain range. They would roughly be in this region here. Or should be. You know what? We probably should move Kulvara a little bit. Why is it doing that? No, just give me that. There you go. I see. We can do that. Where is it? Okay. I mean, the music is strange. Some of his Alexander Nakarada's stuff is good, but then the other stuff is just rather strange. Alright, so relatively speaking, we've got Cretus nestled in the mountains. So Thanks, Warlord, for the wiki link. Alright. So I think we have most factions now for the continent of Perisno. Starting off to the left, we have the main Arullo with Kotalk on the left. We got the Azor Keep for Geldar. We got the main cities for Elantor. And eventually, I like this area where Fornaran and Lily, whatever you, Lily. I want to eventually have scenes for these. If you're in Fornaran, you can look across in the scene, you look across the river or across the lake and you see Lily. That'd be pretty cool. Fountain Hall is nestled in the mountains as well. And the current map for, let's bring it up here. One thing I don't like about the current map is this vast expanse up here, where the change I made in the updated version is where there's still a lot of going on here, but Fountain Hall is closer to the Akan Empire now, which they're still relatively close, but they're not as secluded as they are currently. I guess their villages would still expand out here all the way in the woodlands, in a sense. Main cities of Akan, same place. You got the 3 high mountains, which are, would that be mountains? That would most be really tall. Whatever, those are the 3 peaks, as you want to call them. Right over here. And I also made some changes, which eventually will reflect in the Warband map as well, where the Dwarven Kingdom is more open. They're not as closed up as they are right now. Yes, there's one thing going through here, but I think if we opened up most of this area, which I'll probably do pretty soon, and not have it open here, basically get rid of all of that, is what I'm thinking. To reflect, oh, it's still closed up here, but still maybe something like, let's do something like that. They're still in their mountains per se, but now they would be more open to attacks and stuff, and not being so, I don't want to fight you, stay away, and give them more to do, I suppose, and not have them just sit around and do nothing all the time. And at the players of Dwarf, for example, they would actually have a better time, more fun, yes. That's how you do it. And let's see, switching back from Wonderdraft to this old map editor, the controls are just funky. Rahara, their desert looks small here, but in reality, desert is relatively small. A lot of the desert and the scabrous plains are down here, which aren't really accessible. I close them out for a reason, so future versions they'll become more accessible, I guess, if we do expand on Warband, that is. Once again, I think one of the bigger areas that we would expand upon is this. Give Kulan their own small territory, but down here instead of right next to Drahara, which are right here, they would be moved. Makes sense map-wise, it would be around, I suppose, here. We have these mountain ranges that don't make really much sense, but. And I think the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Got the Reich, good old Reich, taking all this stuff. Area's pretty much the same. There's a small change here. You can probably still move around here like you can in the game. The Emerald Islands are pretty much pretty much the same as well. This part is, I would say we're making that a little bigger. Let's see. Well, I think size-wise, it's roughly, you could say it's about the same size, in a sense. A lot of wandering stuff, a lot of random parties, or, yeah. That's the smaller, it's supposed to be an island, which it is. It's not really connected just by the bridges. But I didn't have this bridge here, which I might still add. I was contemplating not giving them a bridge from here to the mainland, which should make this more secluded. I'll think of that. We'll see. I don't think it's too important right now. And this, originally I had plans for adding all this stuff here, but I took that out. And as you can see, oh, I don't want to make that. Get out of here. As you can see, this is mostly marshlands, uninhabitable. I might get rid of the top tip here, which I might. So, and yeah, the world of, yeah, just work. Things working today. The world of Geishar, again, close to 90% complete. I got lots more to do, and I'll constantly updating. So, which one here? So we're heading close to, man, 2 hours of life. Close to 2 hours. All right. I'll close that for now. I don't want to make the changes. Made a bunch. I'm sure made changes that I didn't want. Does that on its own. I love it. Version 1.4 updates. No Perisno dev's going to be joining. I think Orlegio is busy. He's not going to be on today, unfortunately. I did want to make some 1.4 stuff, some changes as well. So let's get into that next. We have that. Yeah. Perisno Trello. You want to get the updates to Perisno? I think the exclamation point update should work. No? Really? There you go. Update, not update. Sorry about that. Exclamation point update should give you the latest updates. We're down to 1 reported bug right now. Suggested to the left side, planned, most likely not, most likely yes. In development currently. We've got faction armor on the website, Telranian faction armor. Most of this stuff will be coming in 1.4. A bunch of new quests and all that stuff. So ready for release once again. A whole, I've had this before. Perisno 1.4 version will be the biggest update to date. So that if you want to go over this, I'm not going to go over every single change here. This is insane. Whole ton of changes coming in 1.4. I'm going to take a look at that. There's a change log. Absolutely crazy. A lot of fixes, a lot of changes, a lot of additions coming. Yeah, massive. And yeah, there's obviously what released right now if you want to get the latest updates. ModDB is currently 1.3.6.1. And while Steam is still on 1.3.5.1, Steam will get its updates in 1.4. So if you're on Steam, save your games, guys. It's going to get ruined, or not use Steam at all. Use ModDB. Very simple, guys. Use ModDB. Currently, if you want to get 1.3.6, this is the full download. Has all the hot fixes and additions. Just grab it, download it. Should be good to go. Yeah. Orbit Nexus should be up to date as well. Let me check quickly. Yes, Nexus has the 1.3.6.1 as well. So Steam is the only place right now that doesn't have the latest version, and for good reason. Just get it on ModDB. Biggest update yet. Yes, 1.4 will be the biggest update in content-wise. It'll have the most bug fixes, the most changes, the most map additions. Not map additions, map fixes. So for the changelog, for example, added. It'll have the most new stuff added. It will have the most new stuff adjusted, which is fixes, in a sense. It'll have the most stuff, yeah, fixed. So adjusted and fixed go hand in hand, really. But in the amount of code changed, in the amount of stuff added, fixed, whatever, 1.4 will be the biggest to date in the last 10 years. So, for example, if you go to the 1.3.6, it's a full update, but changelog wise, it doesn't even come close. So, can't wait. I can't wait either. It is coming, so we're looking at... Let's go to February. Sometime in February. I'm thinking mid-February. Don't quote me on that. We'll see. Mid-February. If things go well. Yeah. So the final thing, we'll jump into game for a little bit before we end things. But I do need to fix something really quickly here in my code. I was working on something yesterday, and I have to take these out for them to work. Not quite done with those yet. And we'll jump in game in a second. Not what I wanted to do. Oh man. No, Jesus Christ, that's not. That's what I want to do. That looks strange though. You'll see why I'm doing this for now. There is something dumb, which is hard-coded, that we can't change. And it's done. Alright. Let's jump into 1.4. Get my settings correct here. I like the artwork so much. It just gives off this this warm glow. It doesn't explode in my eyes. Alright, 1.4, let's get into it. I think I have added all the new stuff. If I missed something, I'll just fix it. Let's go to play Perisno. That's what I mean. I can't move this. This thing is not movable. It's hard-coded, apparently. I'm not sure I like this, though. Might change it back. If I change it back, then the face is hidden behind it. Ruins the artwork. So, we'll see. Alright. We are in Canon Wars. Yes, we'll do mail. New races, new race faces as well. I guess they're hidden behind my face. Giant one. And if you do go back. I clicked too much, sorry. Try this again. Okay, there we go. I got the female race face as well, giant hidden behind my face, so whatever. So demand, we'll just do. We'll take a dwarf for the heck of it. Let's do that. And we'll take. Why am I doing writing so much? Like, let's reset that. One second, guys. All right, let's keep going. Let's do leadership a little bit. Inventory management. Look at this beautiful guy. That's fine. Alright, so a bunch of things right off the bat. Sea travel's back in 1.4. A lot of map changes. A lot of map smoothness. It should be a lot more optimized. Sea travel here as well. Let's go back to my character. Alright. So, go to notes if you want loading up the mod or loading up the game. You want to go to Perisno concepts, and you want to go to the Perisno dev team credits. So if you're looking at the latest version, you're looking at 1.4. This will not have the developer build obviously on it if it's the full release. So that's the check latest version. You got the team as well. Got open source code stuff, whatever. So this is the latest version. And make sure it is. This music is turning. 1 second. This is just crazy. 1 second. I had to turn that off. Anyway. Okay. So, also as well, I go to Patrons. As of 1.4, as of January, these are all the Patrons right now. If you're part of the Patreon, you'll be listed in the game, in the mod, as stated. So, alright. So let's go over a few things. Make sure I have that up here. Alright, we went over the new race portraits, send metro patrols, Discord Trello added in-game, refresh button to Mystic Merchant. Might check that out. Sell prisoners all, don't edit it. AI lords use battle cries the first day, game option ranking, rescue prisoners. This is a big option added. Joining, leaving a faction, losing minor faction. Massive household guard overhaul. Household guards are in 3 tiers now. Remove blunt bows, address the horror sounds, overworld optimizations. This thing really huge for people who had smaller computers or specs that are not that great. Overworld optimization should be a big improvement in 1.4. For less stutter, obviously. But still, it's the Warband engine. How much can you expect? At the end of the day. Clymorian spawn points have been moved. We'll go to that in a second. Let's see here. Nothing. Obviously, we removed elephants. Have been completely removed. They were just not. They looked ugly. They went through everything. Their models are not that great. Not really optimized for Warband. They were removed completely and replaced with war camels or heavy Draharan camels. And yeah, let's go back in the game right now. There's one thing I wanted to fix in the prison troop tree. I gotta add that. So yeah, Telrania looks great as ever. We got the knight, new armor. Our league outdid himself with this. And the Telranian paladin. We've got this armor looks amazing. We got the blooming morning star. We got an elite great helm. One of the best looking troops added in 1.4. And for the Telranian Royal Insidrium, we made some changes with this guy as well. He will now be doing a Telranian Insidrium crossbow. He does not have a bow anymore. He has a crossbow. Wildly inaccurate, but if this thing hits, it's like a train hitting you head on. It's really strong, but really inaccurate. Accuracy is 55, so you can about tell how much accurate it is. Explosive bolts instead of explosive arrows. So the Insidrium's kind of got a reworked, redone. And they're still pretty good, but yeah. Zan got a few changes as well. All those changes haven't been added completely yet, so can't go over those right now. I'm missing my armor here. I gotta fix that outside the game. Good thing I reminded myself. Some new stuff coming up for Perisno Guardsman. New helmet, looks really sharp. Perisno elite armor. Our Legio's new shields are not here yet, so there's some stuff missing from this build. As data does it, you're still working on the shields. Sunrise Cavalry looks really good. 8 bolts. Let's go back and see. We got 8 bolts. But once again, I could get a few of these, and we could test it out in battle, which I'll probably will do in a second. So let's see here. It's nuts. It's really nuts. That's true. One second. Oh, that's wrong. Let's cheat us some troops here. One second. I want to give me some troops, and I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll get you Jahar in a second. I want to get some troops, and we'll go into a fight. Check out these Jahar and stuff. Don't need these guys. I'll kick some of that. Let's take a few of these paladins as well. But we want some of the Sidrians. There we go. Let's get a whole ton of those guys. We can get some champion as well. Got a dwarf with Tolranian stuff. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Can we see Drahara? Yes. Give me a second. Yeah. Let's go to Drahara. Not too much change about Drahara, so it's I like to mention, yeah, everyone, 1.4 is still work in progress, indeed. A lot is subject to change. I've never seen Telranian middle troops before. What? What are you talking about? Telranian, dude, come on, man. Let's get in a fight. Let's see, who are we going to fight against? Since we're dwarves, who are we going? Let's fight Drahara. Why not? All right, we got. What am I in? Oh, I need to get some stuff. Let's go to Drahara and get some stuff. Let's see here. What do we want? There's nothing here, but actually, why am I going to Drahara? I thought I know. Oh, geez, menu. Stay off. There you go. Let's go back to Karnoth and get us something. Let's take a... Oh yeah, right on. I capture lords. Should be good for now. Alright. We'll take this. Get a little bit of money just to show stuff off. We'll take this. Oh, we got a shield, it's fine. We'll take a crossbow. Any bolts here? Band bolts, come on. Let's just take it. Fine. They don't want us to use a bow. There we go. Can we get a armature? Oh god, I need some writing. You know what? Let's get a writing up then. Should be able to break this, but yeah. Need 29,000? Jeez, Christ, that's a lot of arms. Alright. Let's go test out our army. We've got some hackers, kingsmen, paladins, and we've got 25 royal insiderums. Let's go test them out against the... Ooh, what do we got here? Amir Grasala. So he's got Shadow Assassin. I'm not sure I want to fight those boys right now. 919, I'm at... What? Alright, we can fight these guys. Can't catch up in chat. Let's see. Oh, Tofu's here too. I hate switching from Mounted Blade, switching windows from Mounted Blade to something else. It's incredibly frustrating. Oh god. Okay. Trolls Rule the World. I've never seen Torn Dedicate Archer line. Yes, right. Dedicate, yeah. Any changes to Limbard? Right, the same. Storm Watchers or Hearts and Keep much stronger. Okay. Let's keep going back. Hey, Hey, don't run away from me. I'm small Mercator because I'm a dwarf. Are they gonna charge me? No. Let's see what our Inciderums can do in open battle. Slow down, slow down. I haven't played this in a while. Oh, they're coming. Not seeing much for the Inciderums yet. Why are they not shooting? There you go. Fires out. That's all range are getting absolutely knocked out. My hackers are getting those shadow guards doing their work too. Man, this crossbow is incredibly slow. Let's have our infantry charge as well. Green all over the place. We should do a siege. Took an arrow to the knee. There's those wrecking things. Let's have them all charge. I'll look at the weekly cost of those 25 Inciderums. That would be absolutely astronomical now. He got smoked. He's not a... Oh, he got absolutely massacred. They're not hitting too much because of their accuracy, but when they hit... Quite honestly, I don't see them being stronger than they already are. I think that the crossbow is kind of nerfed. But once again... One second, let's see what I... No, screw up. So you're looking at a weekly... 151 a weekly wage, compared to like the Paladin's 296, the Kingsman's at 80. So they literally cost twice as much as the Kingsman, roughly. They cost... almost 4 times as much as the hackers, and 25 of them. My weekly wage is currently at $5,000, and I have 43 troops. So good luck, first of all, getting more than 5 or 6 of these guys without spending a whole crap ton of money. Crossbows, well, once again, oh no, this, okay, now this one might give me a little challenge. We'll see. Oh, just follow me. I want to test these in siege. Open battles and open desert. Obviously, they're going to do a lot of damage.
Ah, the glory of the crowd!
Where's my cav? They're taking their sweet time. Oh, hey, get out of here. That hurt. So they're not faring too well now. Again, this very decent cav. The Shadow Assassins. Telrania OP, not so much. Not so much. You're getting absolutely raped right now. Get out of here. I'm gonna have to save my army. No. Small Locator's getting destroyed. Pick on the dwarves. He just, yeah. Gracila, you don't mess with this guy. You do not mess with this guy. I'm just a poor dwarf. Don't. No, hey. You know. Very decent. Very decent calf, yeah. So, if we look at the same amount of army, let's go to... Which 440? Let's see how they fare against Hakanese, I guess. So we got... No, Cataphracts. No, let's do a Lord.
Hail to the chief!
Once again, as I said, it would be very hard to amass 25 Insigniums. Alright, let's attack this guy. Wait, what? Okay. 51 versus 116. We'll wait for him to come over here. We'll have these guys back here. Since they're so wildly inaccurate, I don't see them beyond the water here. They're probably not going to do much. Get ready. Charging in, boys. Shoot! Shoot! Come on. Oh, don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! Oh. Not mine. Just Gav. Okay. When you're bunched up like that, they're gonna do damage. They are gonna do damage. Look at that fire. Siege Fountain Hall? No way now. What a guy. Thanks for the follow. Bunch of letters? I don't know. I don't want to do too much. I want to see how they do it if they're on their own. Doing pretty decent. Those crossbows back there are just going to give it fits a little bit. Hey. Stop shooting my goat. Sure, whatever. They don't have any shields. They're gonna get peppered with crossbow bolts moving in. Easy win, but man, we lost 60. No, that's not a lot.
My Priapus protectors!
Yeah, they're just flying all the way to China right now. Their accuracy is terrible. Well, this guy's out of bolts, so he's going in. Let's see how he fares. Now, these are not the best troops. You're looking at mid-tier recon infantry, crossbowmen, recon sharpshooters. Yeah. Massacre indeed. Alright. So what I want to try now, let's do a siege. Even though we've got only 51. Where could we? Yeah. I don't want to load and save too often because of memory leak, but let's go. Ooh, 500, no. 570. Royal King, yeah, there's no way you can beat a siege with that amount of troops. So, why don't we get an army and do a siege and have the Insidriums do the work? So, let's get some Telranian troops, since that's what we're doing. So we got 71. Still not a lot, but we still have the Insidriums. Bunch of recruits. Okay. On a smaller scale. Kingsmen, archers, hackers. I want an easier castle. Right now, there's no easy castles right now. Westray. Eminent? No. There's too many royal guardsmen to mess with these guys. Unless we take Liana's castle. Why not? Let's do it, boys. Let's take Liana's castle. Instant build. Okay. Oh, they salad. Great. Let's just hold them. See what my Insidriums can do.
The glory of the crown!
Oh, what the heck? Are they invisible? Have to check out this guy's. Ah, that's nasty. What's going on? I guess I'm missing some textures. We're looking at the invisible. Get away from me. How can I fight something that's invisible? Good thing I checked this out. Stealth troops. Indoor sieges Telranian troops. Yeah. GG eats imitator. Yeah. The stealth troop just wrecked my Insidriums. We'll abandon the siege. What I want to try actually is actually fighting Liana, wherever she is. See how where is she? No. Let's find her. Where could she be? What is Creedus doing anyway? Are they fighting the Reich? Patrolling? No. He should be around here somewhere, unless he's off doing some stupid stuff. There you go. Remove this part. Ooh. Let's remove cheats for now. So 24 of 10. We're over half the party strength. Yeah. Like a talking bird feathers. Did it show up in game like that? Go back to Jahara for a second. Your archer line, Desert Bowman. You got the Wind Archers and the Storm Archers, which are new, relatively new in 1.4. And the Wind Rider. And then the Storm Chaser. Excuse me. games started and Korea's already disappearing. Absolutely. You're not just getting rid of the South, you're just going invisible and just don't want to be here anymore. And once again, elephants have been removed, so Drahar is now using more camels. Not in your troop tree, obviously, but I wanted to check Korea's. I'll have to fix that. See what's going on with those items. All my creative stuff is missing. Jesus Christ. What is going on? Yeah, my creative BRF is probably missing, so. That means most of Liana's troops are gonna be missing as well. We'll see. A lot of Oh, they're just rushing towards me right now. Over yonder somewhere. We're not in a good spot. Oh, the invisible Falky are here. Yeah, those Dread Knights are making short work of. Oh. It's the Wild Hunt? What am I shooting at? I don't know. Liana, yeah, there it is. Liana used a war cry. Which is new one for AI Lords. I don't think we're faring too well, quite honestly. We're actually getting crapped on right now. Yeah, those dragon hunters are killing everything. Yeah, we're losing this. So even my 25 Incidrums couldn't save. Let's fight dwarfs, man. Oh no. Stay with me, Paladin. We're gonna fight till the yeah. I have it downloaded. Give me a sec. I should have it here somewhere. Let's fix this quick. I should have it downloaded Perisno somewhere. Did it not finish? I think it did. Oh god, I gotta download it again. Whatever, it's fine. We're almost done with the 1.4 showcase for anyway. I'll download it again, get the files. Yeah, that is mostly what we wanted to go over today. Response forums, 1.4 overview, and all that stuff. Other questions I'm trying to find here. Is there for Holly? Where is your helmet? What do you mean, where's your helmet? You mean Liana's helmet? She doesn't have one. Small Mercator, come to play me some more, have you? Yes, I have. I don't think she has a helmet. Should she have one? I don't think we gave her one. Not be troops. No, she doesn't have a helmet. Just... Oh yeah, right. Wait, why didn't it show up in the code then? Oh yeah, it's reinforced. Never mind. You're right. Didn't look that.